Welcome back, guys, to Phoenix Wright, Trials and Tribulations, where we pointed the finger at who we suspect to be the real criminal. And now we delve down the slide, the path, to proving it. As Mia asks, were you really listening to some music while cheering them both on as they fought? I find it hard to believe you didn't lift a finger to stop the man dearest to you. Well, you know, she's a frail, demure person. I'm sure the judge won't agree.
Order! Order! Miss Fay! What? I mean, why? That is to say...
Miss Hawthorne, I believe you did witness the two men fighting on that day. However, after Mr. Wright pushed the victim and subsequently left the scene, it was you who pushed Mr. Swallow to his death by your very own hands! No! How can you say something so mean, Madame Fay? I didn't do anything!
Miss Fay, this is a very serious charge you are...
Your Honor! But please, I have something I want to say!
Huh. You! What is it?
Please strike everything the defense said just now from the record. What the? Are you daft? You're totally wrong, Miss Fay. Dolly, she couldn't do something like that.
Mr. Wright, get back in your seat. Bailiff, grab that man.
Ah! And then sneeze in his face, of course. Leave my Dolly alone! That boy, who's saying that?
He's gotten himself in way over his head.
Oh, Mr. Grossberg, you're back.
It seems I've arrived just in the nick of time. I found the police report on that incident in your newspaper clipping.
Okay, police report, thank you. Thank you so much. This is exactly what I was hoping for.
You'd better take a good look at it. It, details how you came to lose your boyfriend.
Well, we should probably look at that then. A report on the incident 8 months ago. Touch the check button to find out more. Incident overview. Location: the district courthouse cafeteria. Date time: August 27th, 4 p.m. Victim: Diego Armando. Ah, yes, what a name. Age 28. Occupation: lawyer. Suspect: Dahlia Hawthorne. Age 19. Where have I heard that name before? Armando ingested poison while interviewing the suspect regarding another case. Traces of poison were found in the victim's coffee cup. No poison was found in the vicinity or on the suspect's person. It is unclear how the poison entered the victim's coffee cup. Oh, is it now? Is it now?
Now then, the defense has made a very serious accusation. Yes, we have. Mr. Payne, what do you have to say about this?
Well, really, Your Honor, I
May I interrupt you for just a moment, Mr. Prosecutor?
Ah, don't you worry, my dear. I have this situation well in hand. That is, go right ahead.
Madame Fay, are you seriously accusing me of killing my sweet Dougie? Yes, I am. Not only am I saying you murdered Doug Swallow, but you also tried to pin the whole thing on your current lover, Phoenix Wright.
I told you that you should let me handle this. Sorry. Please go ahead.
How can you say that? I'm absolutely devoted to my dear Feeny. The notion that I would try to frame him is ludicrous. This is all just too much for poor little me to bear. Let me recite some sentimental poetry.
Ah, I believe the girl is trying to ask what on earth her motive would be.
The answer to that lies somewhere in this police report. It must. It definitely does. 8 months ago, an incident occurred in the basement cafeteria of this building. And then, the same day, the two of them accidentally meet. Your Honor, the defense requests further testimony from Miss Dahlia Hawthorne.
Further testimony? What about?
About the events of the day when she first met the defendant, Mr. Phoenix Wright.
What could that possibly have to do with this case?
Objection!
The witness claims that she has no reason to frame the defendant. Am I correct? Well, I have evidence that suggests that she, in fact, had a very good reason.
Very well then. The court grants the defense's request. Young lady, would you mind staying on for just a bit longer?
Of course not, Mr. Judge. Get ready for the battle of your life, Dahlia Hawthorne. How I Met My Feeny. Not your mother. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. It's like we were destined to meet in this Delhi courthouse's basement reading room. The moment our eyes met, my heart skipped a beat. We've been going out ever since that fatal day. We're so lovey-wovey, we literally make people sick. It's just jealousy, I think. There's Phoenix cutting in there.
Mr. Wright, do that again and you will be held in contempt of court.
And now we enter the final act of our little drama.
As we used to say in the days of my youth, go get her.
Let us press. I first met my darling Feeny 8 months ago. I'm trying to make it more prim and proper as we go. So until that time you had been dating Doug Swallow? Yes, I'm a real fool, I know. Letting my emotions change so quickly. I'm ashamed of myself.
No, not at all. Look at me. I'm infamous for changing my mind. Yes, you are. My critics have even taken to calling me Judge Fickle. Ho ho ho, flip-flop maybe.
Maybe you should look for a different line of work. Yeah.
Despite that, however, he always hands down the correct verdict. That's why some people also call him the Great Judgini.
Maybe it's because, you know, you either choose guilty or not guilty. I mean, someone's got to be lucky enough to always predict the coin toss, eh? 50-50. It's like we were destined to meet in this very courthouse's basement reading room. Were you now? The courthouse reading room? That's a strange place to meet the love of your life. That's not true, Madame Fay. After all, Feeny was not only an art student, but he was also planning on becoming a lawyer. I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about you, Miss Hawthorne. What was a literature student like you doing in a courthouse reading room?
This line of questioning is a waste of time. It has nothing to do with our murder case.
Miss Fay, I'm warning you. This has nothing to do with Mr. Swallow's case.
I have to remember the judge is on Dahlia's side. I better tread carefully. No, keep pressing. Why was she here? That's kind of important. If we want to link it to the report. Your Honor, if you allow me some latitude, I think I can establish relevance. Please ask her to continue on with her testimony.
Very well. Young lady, I've got a simple question for you. What were you doing downstairs in the courthouse reading room?
If it pleases Your Honor, the answer is simply this. I'd come to this courthouse to do some research for a paper I was writing. No, you hadn't. Blatant lies. Blatant. Blatant. Miss Hawthorne, you weren't here because of your research paper, were you? Didn't you actually come here for a much more important reason?
What is the meaning of that cocky smile on your face, Miss Fay?
8 months ago, right here in this very courthouse, there was another tragedy.
Another tragedy?
Do you mean the incident in which an attorney was poisoned?
The name of the suspect in that incident is listed here in this report. And that name is Dahlia Hawthorne.
What? Dahlia Hawthorne?
Yes, the sweetie pie of everyone's eye. Miss Dahlia Hawthorne, that's a cool, quote. I could be the sweetie pie of everyone's eye. Honest. She was the prime suspect in a criminal case just 8 months ago.
Order! This is unbelievable. It's true then. The loveliest rose can hide the biggest thorns.
Miss Fay, that's not fair. You can't slander my witness with an unrelated case. Winston Payne will not allow it.
Mr. Prosecutor, I believe I was speaking.
Pardon me. Go right ahead.
It's true that about 8 months ago, the police expressed some interest in me.
Expressed some interest, huh?
Mr. Judge, sir, I know I'm under oath, so I'll tell you the absolute truth. I did not commit the crime that occurred during that incident 8 months ago.
I see.
Okay, I've tied the 2 crimes together. Now I've just got to stay on the offensive.
Well done, Mia. Oh, you've really lit a fire in my heart. And my buttocks.
I don't need to know about the buttocks.
I can hardly tell which is more inflamed, my spirit or my hemorrhoids.
Lovely. Picture those buttocks. Don't picture those buttocks. We go straight into another testimony, it seems. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. From what I heard, it was liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons. Very specific. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
So that's what happened here 8 months ago.
However, as you heard from the witness's testimony, she had nothing to do with it. I think the defense is just about out of tricks.
I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Payne, but I'm afraid the defense has many more tricks up its sleeve today, and I'll be sure to show them to you before the end of this cross-examination.
Yeah. What the? Why does the defense suddenly feel stronger?
Aha, Mia, you're glowing with a true lawyer's aura, my dear. That proud posture and self-confidence, absolutely smashing. Jolly good, marvellous, bravo.
Right, I'm guessing it's going to be this very specific nature of the poison and the dose and all that we're probably going to pick up on. I met the lawyer who was poisoned to discuss something in the cafeteria that day.
Hold it!
What were you talking about with the defense attorney? Well, I'm sorry, but that's confidential.
According to the report, you were being interviewed regarding another case.
The lawyer that was killed. He said he wanted to talk about an incident I was caught up in when I was younger. Why don't you tell us all about what that incident was? It's in the paper.
And has absolutely nothing at all to do with this case.
Objection sustained. The defense's question is stricken from the record.
You get involved in a lot of incidents, don't you, Miss Hawthorne? Well, I guess I was just born under a bad sign.
Don't worry, Dolly, I'll protect you. You heard the man. Now that is true love, young lady. Blind to a fault.
Oh, Feeny, please. Ugh, those two really are making me ill. I'll be here for decidedly different reasons. I left my seat for just a moment, and that's when it happened. Oh no!
Hold it!
How long were you gone? I've already answered all these questions for the police. But if you must know, maybe 10 or 20 minutes? And where were you during that stretch of time? Using the toilet? What are you saying, Miss Fay? Toilet? My perfect little Dolly doesn't poop!
You heard the defendant, Miss Fay. Better luck next time. She definitely doesn't poop.
Oh, Feeny, please. It's the butterflies, it's osmosis. They go down there and they take it away. It's feeding.
The police have already looked into this whole matter. This line of questioning is nothing but a waste of the court's time.
But with her lines at Feeny, it does look like she's probably actually getting annoyed by his interjections, maybe.
Objection sustained. Miss Hawthorne, please continue your testimony.
From what I heard, it was a liquid poison that is lethal at just 2 teaspoons.
How do you know this?
I know it's from what you heard, but still. About how much liquid is 2 teaspoons?
Well, let me see. My bottle of eye drops says it's half a fluid ounce, which is equal to 3 teaspoons.
So it's about 2/3 of that amount, huh? The poison was found in a lawyer's mug of coffee. It must have been after I left the table. Someone must have quietly slipped it in there. Yeah, likely. Not only that, I heard it was a very special kind of poison. A special kind of poison? How so? Well, I heard that it's almost impossible to detect.
Oh, and where would something like that come from?
I'm sorry, all I know is what I overheard the policeman saying. They said something about using advanced chemical processes to purify it.
Chemical processes? Well, that's quite impressive. Most impressive. Yes, very impressive.
Better question is, how did the criminal get something like that? How? A link? So you see, I'm innocent. I wouldn't even know where to get a poison like that.
Objection!
Obviously. I mean, you're only dating someone that was a pharmacology guy. The fact that this all goes around poison, we kind of know where this is going. It's a very obvious one, this one. You wouldn't know how to get that kind of poison. I don't believe you. What? In fact, you had easy access to that kind of poison, didn't you? At your boyfriend's lab.
Boyfriend? You mean the victim, Doug Swallow?
That's right. Up until 8 months ago, Miss Hawthorne was dating Mr. Swallow. And if you'll recall, Mr. Swallow was a pharmacology student at Ivy University.
Pharmacology?
His laboratory contained highly advanced chemistry equipment. In fact, without such equipment, the culprit could never have obtained such a rare and special poison. Well, Miss Hawthorne, you seem to have access to such a poison after all. And then it was a matter of slipping it into the victim's coffee when he wasn't looking. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You! The real question is, why? Why did she poison the other guy? But that's another case if you think about it as well. The start games of these games now isn't really so much a tutorial, as it's leading into something further. Always setting the scene. The only person who could have done that was the one sitting at this very table. You! No!
Order! Could it be?
That's nothing but a base attack.
May I say something, Madame Faye? What is it, Miss Hawthorne? The amount of poison in the coffee was 2 teaspoons, correct? In order to carry that much liquid, you would need some kind of container.
Oh, would we now? Well, yes, that's true.
I was searched immediately after the incident took place.
Quite true. In fact, the entire courthouse was turned upside down.
But they didn't find a suspicious container anywhere, did they? She's right. They even mentioned it in the report.
Well, you could have easily gotten rid of something that small.
Excuse me, madame, but this is a court of law. If you're saying I threw the poison container away, I think you need to show some kind of proof.
Proof? She got me good with that. Provide some evidence or I'll have to disallow this line of questioning, Miss Faye. Unless we can come up with some evidence, we're going to lose this lead.
Police conducted a full-body search of Dahlia and of the entire courthouse, and yet the container holding the poison disappeared right after the crime occurred.
If you're going to accuse the young lady of committing the murder, then where's the container the poison was carried in? What happened to it?
Well, it's this. A small bottle necklace given to Wright on the day they met. He shows it to everyone.
Take that!
You were forced to get rid of the container in a hurry, weren't you? And that's why you passed it on to someone that had nothing to do with the case. Someone that you knew wouldn't be searched.
Who is this person?
Mr. Phoenix Wright, of course.
Objection!
So the defendant was this witness's accomplice?
Of course not. She gave the poison to him, disguised as a present. What? But that's...
That's a charming little necklace. Is this a little bottle? It's really quite cute. So, what about it? What does it mean, Miss Faye?
The day that the witness met and fell for Mr. Phoenix Wright was 8 months ago. August 27th, the very same day as the poisoning incident. Under the pretense of love, the witness gave my client a present. All for the purpose of hiding the one piece of evidence that would give her away!
What? Are you saying there's a deadly poison in here?
No, there's no longer any poison in that bottle. However, I'm certain if the crime lab were to analyse it, they would find a trace amount. No! She flew away. The umbrella, you know.
Order! Order in the court!
Objection!
I know that voice. On behalf of Dolly, I object.
Mr. Wright, control yourself.
I won't let you bully her like this. Mr. Wright, I thought I told you to stay in your seat.
Mr. Wright, why? Why are you going through so much trouble to protect her? Why?
Because I'm madly in love with her.
You sap.
Madly in love. I haven't heard anyone say that in a long time.
Mr. Wright, have you ever thought about this? Why exactly would a woman like Dahlia Hawthorne want to date you anyway? Well, I guess she must be madly in love with me too. I think so. That's exactly what must be going on. No, you're a personal patsy. Someone to basically hold a bottle of evidence for a long time. But you wouldn't give it back, would you, Phoenix? Well, we get further into the case, or more to the point, that slope, a slippery slide to a verdict, is getting steeper. And we're careening down. Join me next time for more Trials and Tribulations. As we put the bottle or the poison in the coffin, nail in the coffin. That's a really bad analog, isn't it? Yes, analogy, bad. I should probably leave now. Bye-bye.